Hey guys, and welcome to episode 3 of 8 Minutes with Ash. I cannot believe we are already at episode 3 of this series. But today's episode, I'm going to share with you, or bust some myths, I should say. Talk about the different types of diets, and by the end, I'm going to show you the best diet for fat loss. This is a topic that is so close to my heart and something that I'm extremely passionate about. So I'm going to be talking about all the different diets out there, the reason why certain diets fail, sustainability for long-term, yo-yo dieting, and at the end I'll share with you a solution to put all of your dieting worries away. So in last week's episode, guys, I did speak about the best kind of training for fat loss. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop that link below just in case you missed it. But for now, it's time for me to share with you the best diet for fat loss that actually stays off and not just for, I guess, an 8-week challenge or something like that. So there are so many diets out there. You are most likely aware. You've got keto, low carb, carnivore, vegan. I honestly could write a 100-page essay with each diet that you can try. And I know, because I have tried them all, there's lots and lots of conflicting information out there, which makes it really, really hard. And I personally was so sick of so much contradictory information to do with nutrition, and really, who has got the time to research? I mean, back in the day I did, and the more and more research that I did and I continue to do today, it evolves, and I'm going to give you a little bit more clarity and help you work out what the best diet for you is. So first things first, you need to realize that there are so many variables, okay? You've got your own individual needs, your lifestyle, how much energy you expend during the day. All of this, it needs to be considered, okay? Many people will say going keto or low carb is the best way to go. And when they tell you this, they aren't necessarily lying to you. They probably have had a great result themselves, but they are not you, okay? Remember when I said it's individualized to you. So we are all very, very different, and we all react really differently to all different situations and circumstances. And for all we know, they may have simply just cut out processed foods or junk foods, which can form their new diet. And along with cutting out processed foods, they've gotten a great result, maybe. When you go keto, you also hear that you burn a lot of fat, but what no one tells you is that you store a lot of fat too. So it comes down to overall fat balance and calorie balance, and how much energy you burn versus how many calories you eat, or how much fat you store versus how much fat you burn. The same goes with high carb diets. You'll see arguments about high carb diets raising your insulin levels and shutting down your body's ability to burn fat. If you have a high carb diet, you'll burn less fat, but you'll be storing less fat too, because you don't necessarily store carbs as fat. Now, what might actually surprise you is that the initial weight loss isn't the problem, because I read a statistic somewhere that said 6 out of 7 people choose a diet can actually lose weight, okay? Which is crazy. So that's obviously not the problem, and it is great short term, but there's a much, much bigger problem. 95% of these people will not only regain the weight they lost, the majority will actually gain even more. So there are statistics that show that after 1 year of a diet, 70% of those people actually put it all back on. 2 years, that rises to 85%, and after 3 years, that rises to 95% of people put all of that weight back on. And that means that, I guess, 95% of diets actually fail. And the scarier part is that 2/3 of people will add on even more weight. Guys, let that sink in for a sec. Why? Why is this happening? And you know what? It is really, really simple. It comes down to sustainability. And you're probably wondering what I mean. A lot of people struggle to stick to things long term. It's all about a quick fix. You want a secret? You know what? The secret, it's a trick question. If there was a secret, sustainability would be it. The problem with 95% of people losing weight and regaining it, and maybe regaining even more, comes down to what happens after the diet. After a long period of calorie restriction, or aka diet, your body's metabolism slows down, meaning that every single day your body works towards burning less calories than the day before, and you begin to crave all the things you shouldn't have. We've all been there. So you decide to spoil yourself and eventually return to the way you were eating beforehand, let's say. And this is because you've been restricted for so long and because you don't really know what the process is that you need to follow after calorie restriction to build your metabolism back up. Now, after a huge surplus, which is what happens 95% of the time following a diet, your body will actually generate new fat cells. These fat cells you cannot get rid of. And this is why you feel like the minute you eat something off of your plan, it just sticks to you. And all this is just yo-yo dieting. Now, I just spoke about successful weight loss journeys and their secret being put down to sustainability. Now, part of sustainability is also a discipline issue and finding something that requires the least amount of discipline. And if everybody had perfect discipline, I wouldn't be making this video, and there wouldn't be 100 diets every year, and there wouldn't be supplements or fat loss pills, because the process for sustainable fat loss is simple. Don't confuse it with easy, guys, because for most people it isn't easy, and discipline is actually hard. Discipline will always lack during stressful times. Maybe it's work issues, a divorce. The fact that you're not losing weight is stressful enough, and this drains us, and this is when we start to overeat due to emotion. The solution, though, find something that requires the right amount of discipline so when life throws you the most stressful curveballs, you can still stick to your plan. Whether it's vegan, low carb, keto, carnivore, maybe not carnivore unless you have a serious autoimmune issue. Whatever it is, the people that succeed make it a lifestyle and make it something that they enjoy. If you look at the results of people who've lost weight on a low carb diet versus high carb, there's no difference in their fat loss. The results achieved came from correct calorie control based off your energy output and in a deficit. So the best diet for you is one that is sustainable. One with the correct amount of calories tailored to your body's needs. After all, you want something that has you looking good all year round and not just a short period, not just an 8-week challenge, Similar to reverse dieting to increase your daily caloric needs, you can reverse diet your discipline as well. As you start to see results, and you will, I promise, your appetite for progress or results increases. And with this increased, let's call it results appetite, you'll be prepared to be more disciplined. And as your discipline tolerance increases, you can continue to tighten up your diet, tighten up your training, and your day-to-day life will slowly adapt to a new way of living, a new way of eating, and a new way of training as well. But as long as you're on that diet yo-yo, merry-go-round, whatever you want to call it, you will continue to go up and down, and you'll always wonder what on earth is going wrong. By the end of my 9-week program, my girls know enough about nutrition, enough about training, and have had enough results and achieved enough goals, which is usually fat loss, that they're on autopilot. So when we go through their first call notes and they realize how far their headspace has come, they are so much happier because they feel like that they have control over their fat loss, their muscle gain, and their health and fitness journey. They have options and food freedom, which is what we all really, really want. They understand food and what it does to them as well. So if you are interested in learning more about your specific individual needs, feel free to reach out. The best part about my one-on-one mentoring is that throughout this 9-week program that I was just chatting about, everything is tailored to you. It's tailored to your needs as well. And I teach you all of this and a lot more, I promise. I have dropped a link to my email below. So if you are interested in finding out, please reach out. But until next week, when episode 4 drops, have a great week.